Marama Fox.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. I think it's fair to say that it's been no secret that I've been a critic of this whole process, not simply because of this bill, but the situation that we've had in Australia that has meant we've had to rush to get something together to try and fix the situation where offenders are coming back to New Zealand and largely being unmonitored, have no recourse for us to be able to do anything about that, and in many cases didn't even know that they were here. I've talked about the situation in Christchurch when it was found a man who had been convicted of paedophile offences, had been returned on a plane straight out of prison, dropped off at the airport in Christchurch, and was then recognised and living at the time with a family with young children just down the road from a school. That's when it came to my attention how little we knew with the information sharing coming from Australia that was non-existent at the time, how little we had done to prepare for this, despite the fact that this had been happening in this country for many, many, many years, and how little the Australian government actually thought of us to do it in the first place. I have been outraged. Outraged that deportees of serious offences have been coming here for a long period of time with no information. Outraged that when all of this started to come about and some pressure came on them, that they actually then took those deportees and put them into detention, effectively giving them a double jeopardy, as been mentioned here, and impeding their human rights, because to be there in the first place is exactly what that is. I've been outraged that people with no offences are being deported, and therefore we come to the situation we're in today, rushing through a piece of legislation to try and deal with these issues that we have all spoken out against, actually, from both sides of the House, some more fervently than others, but we have all criticised the Australian government for the place that we find ourselves in now. I actually want to commend the Minister for taking the opportunity to come and speak with us personally. We had a number of issues that we were concerned about when the draft bill came to us, and that we were able to have alleviated through those discussions and some minor amendments made. Therefore, the reason we are supporting it through urgency is because we have had our concerns satisfied that those things have been addressed. But as you see, a number of people have also picked up other things that may get addressed in the second and in the committee stage. I also want to commend the Minister and the members of the National Caucus, the other ministries, because we're not concerned just about the law and how it pertains to these people who are coming back from Australia into New Zealand, but about their reintegration, about their manaakitanga, and the way that we're able to support them so that we don't have new instances of new crimes being perpetuated on a new set of victims in our country. I agree with the New Zealand First member that actually Australia has washed their hands of these people who have grown up in Australia, have been criminalised in Australia, and have been sent back to us to clean up their mess. And I don't say that lightly. It's not about the people. The people we need to make sure we support, because they need to be able to come back and integrate into our society so that we can ensure the safety of our people. So I do commend that we are the Minister for getting this legislation on the table. I absolutely am appalled, thank you, sir, that this is a blatant disrespect for our nation from the Australian government, and specifically so around the people of questionable character. I have been given assurances that the monitoring system and the regime that will be put in place will not be any more erroneous than it would have been if they had had those conditions placed on them in Australia, that there will not be an extension to that, so they won't be further stigmatised in this country after having gone through some horrendous things in their country when they come back here. So I'm assured by the Minister that that is taken care of. We need to have time to go through it very carefully before the second reading, and that points to the urgency of it. But I want to make sure that something is done. We should have taken the opportunity to speak out against it. We didn't. We had the chance, and New Zealand should have reconsidered that at the UN periodic review, and now we are rushing through legislation to deal with the mess that the Australian government have made. Thank you.